for an opportunity where I could live out my faith and do something that I found personally very meaningful. And I also was looking for some type of challenge where I know I was going to be stretching my comfort limits.
I decided to become a life missionary because in this moment I believe the the people in the world need a lot of help and serve, and I'm very ready to do that. My husband and I, we already have 4 kids, and we believe we finished with them, and now we need to do something for us and for the other ones.
Well, I really wanted to be, working with people to be a bigger part of my life. I knew I wanted to do it within the church. I did things like being a catechist, and I really loved that. And then I tried doing mission work within the U.S. domestically. I did that for several years, and I just wanted to do something even bigger. I wanted to go overseas. I thought it would be great because I could interact with another culture, and that's basically how I ended up at Maryknoll and in the program.
I joined Maryknoll Lay Missioners as a family with my husband. I was the first one to get the idea of joining the missionary. And after talking with them, they said I have a chance to join them. So when he came and talked to me, I thought like it was a good idea. So we decided to join as a family.
To me, just the mere fact of being a Christian is, in a sense, being a missionary. This is not my first time trying to do this. In 1985, I was part of the formation program, and I went to Chile. I love what I did. I met Veronica. We got married, and because of that, I had to leave. So, in a sense, to me, it's returning to where I think I belong.
I'm very excited to go to a different country and learn a new language and be a part of a different culture. But I just really feel called to just encounter people for where they're at and who they are and accompany them and to just really live out, kind of just live out Jesus, like Jesus's life now and what that looks like. And yeah, just to share just like love and laughter and joy.
I've known for many years since an experience as a teenager that I was interested in doing international aid work, and I, over the years, have come to realize I wanted to be part of a Catholic organization, wanted to be part of a community.
I was always Catholic, growing up, and I didn't know that there were lay missioners. I thought that to be in religious service in the Catholic Church, you had to be a priest or a sister. But in Tanzania, in Mwanza, there's a number of lay missioners, Catholic lay missioners, and they're all married. Well, some are married. At one point, a couple of the missioners approached me. They said, "Oh, have you ever thought about being a lay missionary?" I was interested, but I had never sort of taken the leap. But they encouraged me, and after a couple of years, they approached me again, and they said, "Oh, we have this leadership position." So then I was more interested because I thought, oh, I could learn new things in that type of a job.
Maryknoll really hit home for me what I wanted to be doing. It was to accompany people, to walk with, to grow with them. It's not, I have all these solutions to the answers I haven't even asked yet, but how can I go into another culture, appreciate it, appreciate the people, and with them work towards long-term sustainable solutions that I will eventually take myself out of, and it'll still be successful. And I think that's the beauty. They really hit the nail on the head with that. So. On a spur-of-the-moment trip with my dad to see my brother in Texas, and at a mass we normally don't go to, there was a church talk from a Maryknoll person. I think it was Sam Stanton. And then I heard him say, and we do long-term overseas mission, and my head kind of popped up, and I was like, okay, I'm going to take that as a pretty strong sign. And so I started doing research, and the more I researched, the more I liked it, and one thing led to another, and now I'm here.
I know Maryknoll Lay Missioners when I was very little because they was working in the place where I live, and they make a great job for us. They help us a lot.
I felt kind of drawn to Maryknoll for a lot of different reasons, and the community aspect too. I am big on sharing experiences with other people, and not just with people that you're walking with or working with, but in community. And Maryknoll has that base and that foundation.
Yeah, the real thing that really made it from Maryknoll for me was the fact that they have a whole family. But when I met the brothers and fathers and sisters, and I got to hear their experiences and meet them and see what they were like, I knew this was the place that I wanted to be.
The first contact I had with Maryknoll, I love again the commitment that they had with the people. I love the ideas. I love the values.
When I found Maryknoll, I discovered that their values were very congruent with my own. Maryknoll's values of the option for the poor, gospel values, their focus on peace and justice matches very well with my values. When I became very interested in Maryknoll, I decided to visit a couple of the programs, and I went on 2 friends across borders trips, one to Cambodia and one to El Salvador. And when I met the teams in those countries and I saw the kind of work they were doing, it really confirmed for me that Maryknoll was a good fit for me.
I think what I really like about Maryknoll is that they challenge the structures in which make it difficult to live out gospel values. So they're not just interested in doing work on the ground, they're interested in challenging the structures that lead to injustice. And so that was one thing about Maryknoll that really resonated with me.
Our orientation class is great. I mean, it's a mix of a number of different people, different age groups, some right out of college, some older, some single, some married couples with children. Many people born in the U.S., but several born outside the U.S. So it's really a diverse group. Actually, that's one of the things I really liked about the orientation program, because we come from such diverse backgrounds and we have different opinions on things, but can discuss them, and come together on, solutions together. We get to do some real life use cases, like what it will be like in mission, go through some scenarios, work through them as a team, and try to understand, problems that may arise and how we would address them. So that's been extremely helpful to me, and I think it'll be beneficial when I actually get in country. Any day we could be doing anything. Like one day it may be studying scripture, another day it may be doing talking about social justice, another day it may be like how do we tell stories, how do we take photography. So it's actually great because you get to do a lot of different things, and then I'm hoping by the end I get to kind of bring all those pieces together.
So I think one of the most helpful things in orientation is that we've sort of gotten to explore the Maryknoll charism even further and sort of get to know the legacy that we're joining and how we can be the best emissaries of Maryknoll when we go to our respective countries. Or we've covered a number of different topics during our orientation program. We've done women in scripture, we've done conflict resolution, we've also done more practical things like some guidelines around how we manage money when we're over in mission.
I have 3 children, Abigail and Justin are twins. They are in 5th grade. And Claire, she's 7, she's in 2nd grade. They were so excited to come and have experience in US because it's the first time. And they are happy being here. It was the first time for them to go to Halloween trick and treats, and they had a lot of fun, and they loved it to see the other part of the world and making new friends.
When we decided to do this, I suppose our children thought that we were a little crazy because I think they assumed that we were going to be together forever. And of course, by choosing to do this, we have to leave them here while we have to travel abroad.
Well, they believe we are crazy, but all our life we are a little bit crazy like that. And in the way we want all the time, we push them to help the other ones. And when we said, okay, we are going to apply for be a Maryknoll Lay Missioner, they say, wow.
My mom's been supportive from the time I told her when I was 16 that this is happening. My dad took some time, but it's been such a God thing. Everybody's come around in my family and they're super supportive, and that means everything to me. Like, I don't know that I could do this wholeheartedly without them backing me, and they're all really excited, and I'm excited too. So, yeah.
Yeah, so my friends and family are supportive of me going into mission. I'm not quite sure they completely understand why I'm doing it, and I'm continuing to try to articulate why that is, but I think they're coming around and they'll be very, very supportive of me while I'm in mission.
My hopes for Haiti and being there is just to grow as a person and compassion and understanding, to really become a better person leaving at the end of my contract than I was when I came at the start. One of the things that's so humbling to me is the resilience of the Haitian people. Time and again, they've overcome astronomical odds and they still continue to rise, and they have hope, and there's life, and there's joy. And I think with mission, we have so much more to learn than we could ever give, and Haiti's a perfect example of that.
My hope is that I will be able to be faithful to the commandment of God of loving and serving people.
I'm really excited and kind of horrified to learn Spanish, just because I think that's a skill that I want to use for the rest of my life. But I think my hope is that I can use my skills and abilities and talents to just better the world around me. But also, I'm so looking forward. I feel like I'm going to be learning a lot, and I'm really excited about that because I will be depending on people to help me just kind of get around.
I really hope to become, part of the people there. I want to get into the culture. I want to learn the language. I want to be part of a community and work with the people there very closely and really have that experience, and hopefully they get to experience me in the same way.
I think one of my hopes for Tanzania is that I begin to really feel like I'm a part of the community rather than just a visitor there. I think that from what I've heard, there's so much to love about Tanzania between the natural landscape and the people and the culture. And so I'm really hoping that I get to just experience the fullness of that through my ministry, but also the time that I have off to explore the area. I also just hope that I find a way to sort of leverage the skills that I have in whatever ministry I end up with and make a meaningful and most importantly sustainable impact on the community. To me, it really is about growing in my faith and going sort of deeper into my relationship with God through this opportunity. And so I'm hoping to grow a lot in that respect.
Well, I hope that I become a fluent Spanish speaker. And I hope that I am able to deepen my own spirituality and be a useful presence with the people of El Salvador.